Welcome back to new Alpha Centauri Will to Power game. This time we are going with Gaians and Deirdre, and we are introducing a couple of changes. First I will change the format a bit. Ideally I would like us to have maybe like 15 episodes for a whole run, if I can do it. So I will try to cut it more, and I will try to restrain myself from explaining things in too much detail. This is now our fourth playthrough, so everyone should be a bit more familiar with the game and the lore and everything else that we have here. We are going with the Deirdre because she's a very interesting faction. She has this plus planet, like a unique ability to capture worms at the start of the game. And she has this green democracy agenda, and they dislike the factions that damage the planet, like Morgan, for example. They have somewhat unique gameplay. They also have +1 nutrients in fungus squares, so they can use fungus squares to work. That's interesting. Then they also use lots of worms and the native life to fight their wars. So I would like to try to use that a bit more. They have -1 morale, so their troops are weaker. Consider it an extra reason to use worms in the game. They are also penalized by police, which is a bit of a pain, but in return they have +2 efficiency, and this is great bonus. Efficiency allows Gaians to pick some of the social engineering choices that are otherwise hard to pick, so we will try to experiment with that. I think the games using her are always interesting. Let's jump to the game and we'll talk more about Gaians and Deirdre and everyone else.
Gaia's Landing, we have a tall and particularly...
Oh, a bit of a jungle. Okay, that's a good start. 2 nutrient resources, and I'll keep us on Explorer. Since we are using VTP, we start with 2 farmers and a colony pod and 1 scout. Farmers are new, that you don't get in Vanilla or Tinker. Everyone starts with farmers, so AI will not get behind. Sometimes they fail to research Centauri ecology and don't have farmers, so they can be quite a bit behind. Before moving on, a couple of quick notes. I edited Tinker ini file, so you can do this as well. So base spacing is at 3, that's a default, but it's different from my last game, so I will allow AI to settle more bases closer. It makes for a stronger AI, I think. Base nearby limit is 3. This is also default Tinker settings. I think VTP has it at 2, which is the old setting probably. And then expansion limit is the number of bases that AI can have. I limited it to 30. Default is 50, and I think it's way too much. And it actually hurts AI. If you have 30 bases, then you start to develop those and grow them, while AI that goes for 50 bases expands for a very long time. Plus they end up with lots of extra super drones, which makes them worse overall probably. So we will go with this. And regarding a couple of recent changes to Will to Power and what I want to try in this game. First, we have crawlers back in, so the dev finally decided to put them back, but we have them at Advanced Ecological Engineering. This is like tier 8 technology, so it's near the end of the game, but you can get this. And then they are, I think, here, 120 minerals. They also require support, so they cost 1 mineral. You can use them to boost your bases up to more production or to grow a bit more in late game. But if you lose them, it's quite a pain. So they have big downside, that's okay. Maybe we can try this game, we'll see. The thing I want to try in Will to Power is now this mechanic, Population Boom. Population Boom is too strong in Tinker and Vanilla, so it was almost removed from Will to Power. But in an effort to bring the mod a bit closer to Vanilla version, and more familiar to most players, the dev decided to make Population Boom similar to Vanilla game, but with a small caveat. So you still need +6 growth total, so you can use Children's Scratch and social engineering settings, but in order to pop Boom you must be in Golden Age, so that makes it a bit harder, but still very achievable. Golden Age in Will to Power is easier to achieve than in Vanilla because the psych mechanic is changed. So we will try to go for this and test it. There are a couple of more balance tweaks that try to balance the recent changes and in general make the game similar to Vanilla, but improved. Once you make like a larger change, then you need to make a number of these smaller changes to tweak everything out. So let's see what awaits us. Yeah, interestingly, the base works this style. It has a river. So I guess we will try to improve this one first, because will to power does not have that resource restriction to 2 yields like in vanilla and tinker. Production goes to scout. We waste 1 mineral, good start. You go there, or more jungle, that's a nice start. I will reveal the pod with the farmer and we go this way.
Turn complete.
Our units are very green. Everyone starts with very green, but we are even worse since we have minus morale. Research in 5 years. You can never activate worms if the base is 1 tile from the pod.
Bot recovered.
50 credits. I'm gonna build roads
Terraform complete.
here as well to save on farmer turns. Let's check this.
Energy resources.
Okay, rover. Going for 1 more scout. And we have a 3-1-3 here. This is great start. This is flat and rainy tile. I think I will just settle here. And we got a monolith, beautiful. Interestingly enough, it's not the best tile. And here we will explore and try to catch our first worm.
And I stood before him, and I sang unto her.
First tech is biology lab actually. And it is +4 labs. This is great building for us, so we will try to build this one. So our fungus is now 2-1. It's something. Our second base. Scout is okay. Starting first colony pod. And the second base can work monolith. That's cool. Gonna build 1 more farmer and then we will probably go for 1 sea farmer as well. Good idea to put everyone on monolith. Let's check the pod.
Bot recovered.
Oh, forests. That's nice. Next turn I'll uncover this one.
Turn complete.
So will to power inherits Tinker mod. And Tinker mod changed the jungle, so there is less jungle tiles. So we have this here, and then looks like some of it here. It makes for a more balanced game.
He held his arm too stiffly, and so was thrown back.
And we research Doctrine
until
Flexibility.
at last I
This is now 5-3, because the farm gives 2 food in will to power. For that to be okay, we have here now a larger food box, so the growth is balanced similar to vanilla. But the farms are better, which indirectly means that the forests are not as good as in vanilla, so forest everything may not be the strongest strategy always.
Indigenous life form.
And we find our first worm, and this is automatic capture. To capture the worm, you must have at least 1 move, so you cannot have 1/3 or 2/3, and the rover has 1 move. So it's a capture. Sweet. Let's see this pod.
Nutrient resources.
Okay, this is great place to settle.
Turn complete.
And there is nobody here, the border is far away. So it seems like we have a good start. Colony pod is also more expensive than in vanilla, as you can see. We have some money, so we can rush the farmer, Control H. Gonna send now this guy to monolith. And let's hunt for more pods. Another one.
Resources.
Earthquake. Let's see what's this.
Turn complete.
Monolith, cool. And also he upgraded, so we have stronger worm. I'll just go for sea farmer immediately because this is great tile. Also, good idea would be to build a ship. Let's rather go for this first. We can pop pods and get lots of money.
Turn complete.
Another worm, let's try to capture it. We have 25% chance. And it worked. Cool. That's 2 now. We are lucky a bit. Forest done. So 3-2-1. This tile was flat, so I built a forest. I think I will go with the farm here. You need lots of food. You see the boxes are big, so another pod.
Nutrient resources.
Nutrient.
Turn complete.
And another monolith. Oh, that's a lot of monoliths. It will help with our morale.
Terraform complete.
So road here, protection is important, we can now transfer units between bases. This is flat tile, so forest and sensor array. Let's see this.
Mod recovered.
Another rover. Independent. This is cool, so when you capture the unit with independent unit, like this one, it's also independent, so we don't have to pay support for these units. And you just keep using these units to capture more units.
Mod recovered.
50 energy credits as well. Now we can try to capture it, but we do risk dying, so I'll move away. I'll try to capture it maybe with a scout.
Mod recovered.
Xenofungal boom. So we have a tower here. Some fungus is good for us. We can try to hunt worms. And I think I can rush this. First ship. Let's open the pod. Another monolith. Oh my god, what's this game? Finish solar, 5 on 5. This is extremely good start compared, for example, to my Miriam game. And there's this Unity crash site. We can get the copter and some money. Colony pod is expensive.
Sufficient energy.
You cannot rush it like that. 170 credits. Let's open this one.
Nutrient resources.
Okay. Farm here. Lots of food, lots of energy. And let's try to open this.
Mod recovered.
Oh my god. Kelp forests. Now they will spread on its own. This game just keeps getting better. What's this?
Mod recovered.
150 energy credits.
Turn complete.
We have lots of credits. Field modulation. Hub complex we don't need. And we get +1 energy in fungus spheres. So fungus is now 2-2. Let's try this. Another monolith. Okay, I will risk it. Try to capture. We won. I have quick combat turned on. Let's try this. So we failed now 2 times in a row. Copter should be somewhere here.
Mod recovered.
This is mining laser. And this is chopper, not a copter, but whatever. So you need to move it back to the base. It will crash. Each time it damages for 30%, so it can crash 3 times before dying. I don't know where is everybody. We are isolated. Some micro. I will rush this guy. And colony pod. Now we spam colony pods. We have lots of food and some production, and we spam colony pods and roads and expand quickly. That should be the priority.
Mod recovered.
Escape pods, Unity command bridge. And now we can see where the other factions are. So we have Akizeta here. We should be okay with her, I think. Pirate is bottom left. Santiago here. Oh, Morgan. So that's our natural enemy. And drones. Oh my god. I hate them the most. They just quick build everything with their stupid industry bonus. And they are isolated here. If they have a good land, they will be a menace. We'll see how it goes. And they are our enemy, since they are also about exploiting the planet. Recreation Commons, cool.
Mod recovered.
And we have one of these artifacts. I will escort it back, so that's our ticket, for example, to Weather Paradigm.
Mineral resources.
Mineral resources. This game just keeps getting better and better. We have our sea farmer. I'll try to meet the Spartans. We can follow the river like a road to get back to home.
Mod recovered.
Oh my god, colony pod and gas landing, what's this game? I was considering rushing it last turn. Luckily I didn't. This game is stupid. And another monolith. Ah, this is way too good. I already won. I'm not against cool chill game. I didn't complete it fully, okay. And then it's at least somewhat balanced.
Request confirmation.
I thought it always completes the production, but we can rush it. Doctrine mobility, it's a Conquer tech. Okay, we got access to speeders and command centers. This gives us a bit better morale since we are weak. We'll probably like this building. Okay, someone was here. So the pirate probably is opening up the pots. Oh no. I think I will place base here. Our chopper uncovers more of the pods.
Pod recovered.
Colony pod, another materials pod. Hello game. Yeah, this wasn't too many minerals. We may have land connection to her, it's possible. We can already start the weather paradigm, but I want one more colony pod. At least we didn't die. Go back. Rushing the colony pod. Well, I could have not rushed it, actually. And this is our third base. Since we have this scout patrol, I'll just go for a farmer first and rush it. A pod
Pod recovered.
and another artifact. Okay, I'm pretty sure we have the weather paradigm guaranteed. I'll pick up this one. It is pretty much perfect for Deirdre. She is a climate expert and she's a researcher and a scientist. If you have read Journey to Centauri novel, which is free by the way, I think you can find it on Wiki. I would recommend you to read the novel, it's great. The first people who woke on the Unity ship before it lands on Chiron are our brother Lal and then Zakharov, which is called Saratov there, but they changed his name. Apparently it wasn't sounding enough Russian, I think. And then Deirdre is there and she and Zakharov have like a somewhat of a fight and misunderstanding. He is like the lead scientist, most important guy there, but she's smart as well. Although she's something like a lieutenant and he's a boss. But she should be good in research and things. That's why we want things like biology lab, for her especially. But first one more colony pod. Another pod.
Indigenous life form.
And another worm. Okay, at least we won. Damn the worm. I cannot move. And we contact Akizeta. Prime faction, Akizeta 5. Was reading a bit of a lore. She's apparently from Norway. That's why she's pale. These guys are like mini Borg, goes with Scandinavian things. Okay, she wants attack, and we will oblige if she trades it. Good enough for me. She's science geek, she has that excellent +2 research, +2 efficiency combo, it's super strong. But she's penalized with minus growth, and I think she likes to trade techs. So we get access to recycling tanks, which here give 50% minerals. It's great, but expensive. And Human Genome Project, also good thing. We can try to capture this one. And we did. Now you may think this is stupid and bad unit, but it has actually a number of good uses. One being capturing the worms. It cannot kill a worm, unless it's artillery. You can try to capture worms with this, and if it fails it will just bombard it. So you have unlimited tries to capture something quite strong. You just need to drive it through fungus and try to capture more worms. The worm approached, so let's try to kill it. Oh no, the chopper cannot capture the worm. But sure, it can kill it. The base is unhappy. One more scout patrol. The idea is to try to control the environment and worms and protect our farmers. Recycling tanks are not giving starts anymore, so they are not as interesting. And we have nicely now 3 food in the base. That's the last change in VTP mode. It balances growth a bit. We don't need recreation commons, and I would maybe build biology lab. But I'll build a scout first. We still didn't meet Sparta. Let's see if Chopper can heal on Monolith. No, it cannot. So going for biology lab here. It's +4 flat science, it's a lot. Currently we produce only +8, so biology labs are super strong early in the game. Let's try to capture this guy. The more worms you have, the less chance you have to capture them. But it worked. So once you have maybe like 10 of them, it's hard to capture anymore. It's OP, but not unbalanced completely. We removed fungus here, now farm. I think biology lab as well. And then probably colony pod. Both are good. New base. Scout patrol. So we have 4 bases in a line. We should prioritize probably settling good tiles here. Like base here to take the minerals. Then we can probably take Monolith site as well. And there are a couple of good bases here as well. 2 biology labs will be strong for us.
There are only 2 ways in which
Secrets of Human Brain. This is always interesting. Deirdre seems to get this research often. It's explored here, but even in vanilla she tends to get it. Of course, Zakharov is usually the first one. Fundamentalist is an interesting pick. It has plus talent. We may try it, and +1 morale. I don't want to slow down our research yet. but this is something that we could use in a war. It's quite good. And we met Morgan. Hello, Morgan. He wants this for 10 credits. I will not give him the frequency, they will just trade attacks. He wants peace, which is fine by us, although he will gain a commerce bonus. But maybe he will trade some tax, let's see. Nah, he doesn't want it. The merchant exchange, okay. When you zoom the map out, you actually see that this is maybe an inland sea. Very interesting. And this looks a bit like a map of the planet, although it's random. Looking at this, Morgan might have a bad land. I think we have the best land. Cannot say anything about drones, but it looks flat. And this is Garland Crater, and some land here. So Sparta could have a lot of land. This is flat, so it's likely all the ocean. And a couple of more things to mention. We are having a really good start, but it's not accidental. I'm having a good land, but all these spots that I picked up is due to the scouting. In order to achieve this, you have to have good scouting. And I was playing Civilization 6 and watching these multiplayer guys. They really try to spread out their units so that they can pick up the most of these goodie huts, supply pods. And by doing that, it's no wonder that then we picked up those two that boosted our colony pod production. Also, building this ship early is important. We see the map and then we will pick anything if there is in the oceans. This is interesting choice, formers or transformers. I'll go for this one, but I think a bit later. It's perfectly fine to build this more expensive version. And regarding biology labs, I'm building two. It's also an interesting choice because at these costs, biology lab is half the price of colony pod, so it's a legit choice. Rec Commons is also interesting. That's one good thing about the will to power. In vanilla, colony pods are cheap, or in Tinker, so it's probably just the best to spam them all the time. We will defend farmers here. What?
Mod recovered.
Finished farmers? Well, that was a bit of production, not too much. Colony pod. So since we have 4 bases now, we'll use these outwards bases to build more colony pods, and the inner ones will start to build secret project and facilities. That's one way to do the expansion phase.
Nutrient resources.
Dimensional gate. Okay, we got here in the south.
Mod recovered.
Oh, we met Chadone. Didn't expect him. He wants Progenitor Psych. Let's try to trade. No. Planet is wise, Chadone, so it has been spoken. He's an interesting guy, so I think he will not like us. For whatever reason, we don't see his capital. He should be here. Okay, he's somewhere here. The border is relatively close. I'll go for energy here instead of a mine for now. Also wanna rush this now. Control H. We cannot get to this. We can try to capture the worm. Failed.
Mod recovered.
Biology lab, materials pod. It didn't complete fully. First facility. And it's ours. It doesn't cost any maintenance, that's awesome. And our science is 14 pattern, so this biology lab is 40% of our science. So I think this base is now getting recreation commons. We also want to rush this, and we are probably then going for the weather paradigm, or maybe recycling tanks before that. And I need to improve the tiles more.
Terraform complete.
50 energy credits, cool. And we met Spartans, and we picked up the pod. She will give us comlink for 25, yes. Let's talk to the Mai. No, we are not giving away techs. Let's try to trade. Nobody wants to trade. Well, the Mai will not like us, I believe. But we'll see. Do I try to capture it? Yeah, let's go for it. Oh my god, we almost lost the unit. Using copter to scout this land. She's settled close. We can rush this and then go more colony pods. Let's try to capture this guy. Fail. So we have lower chances now because we have several worms.
Terraform.
And we found Chadone, he's here.
Lifeform.
Found this guy as well. Unfortunately, we don't get credits. 423. Now that's a nice tile. Try this. See, it didn't kill it. So we can try again. Here I will try to min-max this base, so let's go for food. to grow fast, and then maybe we will replace food with forest. I will see about that. I will want a mine here, so we want maximum production to rush the weather paradigm. 5-1, that's a good growth, 7 turns. Let's rush this. Police is fixing 2 drones, and this is the maximum we can get. So next citizen has to be fixed by Recreation Commons, and it will fix 3 drones in this version of VTP. Okay, we are in some danger here. Let's try to kill this thing. I will wait a turn. I want to settle here. This is something that Deirdre would do, settling near those 2 fungal towers. We will have a great view and exploration station here. Looks perfect. The sea is open here apparently. So we have 5 production, and I can probably use mine or 2. That's like 9 to 10 or 12 production total. Recycling tanks giving 50%, it's a lot, and we can rush it. So I think it's worth it. This thing is a bit expensive, also cost maintenance, so you don't want to build it in a completely new base. Since this is percentage base, you have to have a good base for it to be like valuable. But we are growing our base to population 5 or 6, I think, so it will be valuable while we are building the secret project. So going to build it immediately. Unfortunately, we cannot move here due to zone of control. Dimensional gate. And we are somewhere here. That's interesting.
Bot recovered.
75 credits, yes. Scouting, so good. Shutdown is isolated here, so nobody around him, he has lots of space. We will use the money to rush recycling tanks. And Spartans start merchant exchange.
Observe the racer beak, as it tends so carefully to the fungal blooms.
Centauri empathy. Okay, this is great tech. We get access to our worms, and with biology lab they are strong, so we can always counter whatever attacks us, even if we are behind in tech. We get access to green. So for the price of 1 growth, we get lots of stats, and this is great. Just maybe not an early pick when we want to grow a bit more, but we will be using this, I think. That's the natural policy for Deirdre, of course. And the Empath Guild, this is super good project, although it's expensive, 600 is a lot. 50% votes, so most likely you can vote yourself to governor with this. And you get the infiltrator in every faction, this is also worth a ton, as you don't have to infiltrate them with probes. This is maybe a good combination. So we slow down our research by 20%, but we get all the school bonuses. And this is maybe like a natural pick for Deirdre. So Deirdre is not democratic in nature per se. She wants to enforce her green agenda, and like she will not let people vote to something else if she will not get her way, I guess. So in that sense, she also as an AI likes to pick fundamentalist, but she's a researcher. It would be a bit weird to go for minor science as well. But this is something that we can use, for example, to build a secret project faster, as it is a 10% industry bonus. I will not limit myself this game completely to green. I wanna try different things, so experiment a bit. But we'll try to be a Deirdre and go with green for the most part. At the moment, we'll keep ourselves to simple economics and frontier policy.
Indigenous life form.
Found another board, and we captured it. Since that Akizeta has lots of fungus here, there could be ruins, perhaps here. He has laser weapons. Industrial base, so we have now synth metal armor. Merchant exchange, we are not interested in. Traded attack with Akizeta, but we gave the access to Empath Guild to Akizeta now. Children's Scratch. Children's Scratch was changed by developer. So it is super OP facility that gives +2 growth and +2 efficiency, so there is no doubt that it's super strong. And that's why he decided to put it to 160 minerals and 3 maintenance. That's as expensive as a tree farm, I think. The most expensive children's scratch in the world. We'll want this, but probably in a bit larger base, since it's so expensive. It's almost like the merchant exchange. And we gain access to Democratic. Unfortunately, Democratic has a -1 planet. I didn't realize that. Even more reason for Deirdre to go to Fundamentalist. Support per unit 3 per base with -3 support. And we have 2 units here, so we are free to do that since we will lose this colony pod. I was thinking of going for Democratic so that we can grow a bit, trying to optimize growth. And then later on we will switch probably to Fundamentalist. Even police state is good for Deirdre. And green, which will kill our growth. Merchant exchange already done, now this is super quick. Morgan probably rushed it. We get to see this base, so he's here. And he has a jungle. So Chowdown is having not a worst start. Another worm. And another capture. We have good army of worms now. And we discovered the shape of the continent. Would be cool to conquer Akizeta, then we would have all of this land for us. We also don't have a land connection to Spartans. But the AI can build a land bridge. They certainly know how to. Another war. I don't want to do this. So I will not. And we are getting this base. This is a cool location for the base. I like this one. And I will not be destroying these fungal towers. We want to have them there. We just need one sensor array to protect us and probably make this a trans unit. This is safe. Try to capture the unit. Got to micro the bases a bit. This one wants to rebel. Oh, more worms.
Turn complete.
Now we can try to capture this one. These sometimes attack each other, but I saw that Inductio tried to fix it in Tinker mod. Transcout patrol. We might need it here. And gas landing just grew, so we now have this cool looking tree-like base. There is roots here. This is always cool to see how these bases are designed, like it's real nature-like base. Fitting for Deirdre. Can we rush it now? Yes, finally. And we are improving the base, so we can switch this way. We could also use the monolith, but all the tiles are good. And we can grow to 6 population without super drones. Let's go with the weather paradigm. Try another capture. And they killed each other apparently, this one is damaged. We have drones in the game, it's easily possible that they could steal all the secret projects. Although their base seems to be small, that's good for us. Whoa, Morgan built a base here. I didn't expect this. This is extremely offensive settle. We are not fan of Morgan, I think we can hit him. When he picks up free market, I'll send the worms to him. Teach him the manners. I was going to settle here, but I absolutely didn't expect him to come so far. So the AI will do that. The game just got more interesting. I would like to grow faster, so I can use more tiles. Here we go for Transformer. It will be dangerous. Fossil Field Ridge.
Turn complete.
Oh, he's already in the seas. This will be a good sea base. This thing gives +1 minerals. It's a bit fitting for him to find this. And let's switch to Democratic, so that the bases can grow a bit more. We like efficiency, but we lose a bit of a planet, and the downside is support, only 1 unit free per base, but we will tank it. Luckily these worms are independent. We can also build roads on fungus now, and this worm escaped, we didn't capture him. That's Deirdre for you. Instead of going for the jungle and the best tiles, we went for the fungal towers. Damn stupid Gaians, right? But we have great tiles here, we will take away part of this land. Reason for us to hate Morgan more, and he's Morgan terraforming. You will not ruin the planet, you bastard. Of course I could have expanded better by rushing colony pods instead of rushing infrastructure for the weather paradigm, but it will be worth it. That's a lot of bonuses for us. And we met the pirates. Beautiful Lady Deirdre. He wants cobblings. I'll play dumb, no. Wants to trade. We already traded this tech to Akizeta. So good enough for me. Do you like the tech? Maybe because it has a secret project.
Technological advance is an inherently
And this gives us access to probes. And he wants a treaty. So we are growing a bit faster. It's now 16 rows. Since we have a +2 growth, that's 20%. And the default is 20 columns. Now it's 16. This +2 says +2 growth. And this is from social engineering and +0 in base. You can get +2 here from children's scratch, for example. 37 turns, it's a lot. But we can switch to fundamentalist eventually. And we can call the council. We are actually leading almost, thanks to our good start. Population to Mai. If I call the council, everyone will get contact to everyone. And I'm not sure that we can win, so I will not do it. Some good sea tiles. Orbs are actually doing some damage bombarding. That's interesting. Let's rush this. Also Akizeta settled this base. So she expanded offensively toward us a lot. She doesn't have much choice. This land here is junk. We are getting squeezed with settles. So our great start is looking less great. And the colony pod, we need to decide where to settle, and we are taking some of the land here. So I would like a base here on the seas, and one here. So I will place the base here in the middle, so that I can use this monolith. This one goes here. I'm not sure exactly about this location, but it should be fine. Look at this, all of these terraformed pods. This will speed up growth a lot. Lots of minuses here, this is unfortunate. That's minus support for you. It's a big price to pay for democracy and growth. I will have to do something about this. Also, I need recreation commons in this base now. Let's settle here, see if we get these minerals. I don't think so, but let's hope for it. Yeah, and we didn't. This is Solar Serenity and support from here. Let's rush this. So we helped this base a bit. Now it has 3 minerals. You have to watch on your support. AI doesn't know how to do it and it hurts it badly. This is a good place for sea base if we want to have one. Our outside bases will continue building colony pods while inner ones are improving infrastructure, like this one. Also gotta keep up with farmers. And another base. Cool. Wildwood Bay. Another colony pod. This is speeding up nicely. Slight mistake here, I don't have an escort unit. We are going for this style. Apparently no one is building any wonders, that's surprising. 20 turns to completion, and that's our first mine. And we grow in 12. I could speed up the growth in 10 or in 8. I'm not sure if it's worth it, I would have to do the math. 16 production this early, this is a cool base already. And we have these 2 alien artifacts that we can cash in, so we could finish this rather quickly, I think. I'll do the math for this, the weather paradigm. And this looks like a fitting end for the first episode. We expanded a lot, so lots of bases here. 7 bases, I think, with more to come soon. Terraforming done, lots of exploration done, we have met everyone, and I think we are doing great. Still lots of space to settle, so we will fight for it. We have our natural enemies. Both Morgan and Jadon are our enemies, I think. And the drones as well. And we are in democratic while we grow a bit, and then we will be switching to our green policy and probably to fundamentalist at some point as well. Police state is an interesting option, we'll see about that. And here we have nice little outpost for biology lab. Have to research these cool fungus things. We'll see what Deirdre can do about that in the future episodes. I hope you liked this beginning. I'll see you in the next episode with more to come. Thank you for watching and bye.